In today's news, Hotel and Tourism Association now is separate from the BVICCHA. SHARON FLAX-BRUTUS is interim president. One VI poker runner gives back to Ivan Dawson Primary School as promised. HL STOUTT 23rd commemorative celebration is set for March 15th to the 16th, and BVI women continue to dominate at regional games. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here. My name is Kamal Haynes. Most of you know me from 284 News, but now you get to see me in a different light on my very own show called Health is Wealth. We have Joel Turnbull.
I don't want you to arch your back when you're pulling down.
Milton McLean.
First of all, right, your footwork.
Stephen Payne.
That was a 9 out of 10. I know you got the service down pat.
Steve Augustine.
You did a pretty hard workout today, so perhaps...
And as you can see, it's actually
you're feeling it.
Alonzo Boynes.
Taekwondo.
Adam Murrows.
I'll speak as if you're an absolute beginner.
I am an absolute beginner.
You are an absolute beginner.
And Seth Graham.
It bites.
It will bite.
Get your water, get your fruits and veggies, and experience a wealth of knowledge about getting healthy.
Welcome everyone, I'm Ron Grant coming to you live and direct from Tortola in the Virgin Islands. It is Friday, March 3rd, 2023. You're watching 284 Media. Thank you so much for joining us. We are happy to be bringing you the latest not only out of the BVI, but across the region and beyond. Beginning our newscast on the local scene. Greater advocacy for the tourism sector was the topic. Basically, last year, the BVI Board of Directors of the BVI Chamber of Commerce and Hotel Association initiated a working group to explore the feasibility of establishing an organization to represent the tourism sector, which is a main economic pillar of our economy and employer of 65% of the workforce here in the Virgin Islands. Now, the findings of the group confirmed that the hospitality industry stakeholders were reasonably in favor of this initiative, which was to separate and make provisions for a separate group. A roadmap for the formation of a hotel and tourism association was presented, and initially sanctioned by the Board of Directors and subsequently approved in December of 2022. Over 50 years ago, the BVICCHA was established through a merger of the Chamber and Commerce and Hotel Association. The existence of a hotel association within the British Virgin Islands will ensure the tourism stakeholders are better served by an organization, and I quote, focused on all things hospitality and tourism within the BVI. The Chamber of Commerce will continue to focus on overarching issues such as ease of cost of doing business, business training and development, and networking opportunities to empower business owners in an ever-changing global economic climate. Mrs. Shana Smith-Archer, chairperson of the BVICCHA board, commented, and I quote, "The time has come to reflect on how the organization could be a more effective and efficient voice of business while meeting the needs of its membership across the region. Chambers of Commerce and Hotel Associations are separate entities that collaborate for the economic development of their countries, and here it would be no different. Locally, we work with the existing industry organizations on current advocacy concerns like workforce development, and we look forward to accomplishing much more with the BVI Hospitality Association." The interim president of the new BVI Hotel and Tourism Association, Mrs. SHARON FLAX-BRUTUS, stated, and I quote, "The BVI HTA is an organization that will be laser focused on all things tourism within the British Virgin Islands. The BVI HTA will join a group of successful hotel and tourism associations across the Caribbean region whose directors have been pivotal in guiding the swift recovery of their tourism product post-pandemic. The official launch of the BVI HTA will be announced shortly, with membership drives commencing immediately thereafter. More information, of course, will be following, particularly on the rebranding of the BVICCHA, and that will be rolled out in the coming weeks to members in the business community. If anyone has interest, of course, not joining only the BVI Tourism Agency, the hospitality wing, which has newly been formed, you can contact Interim Director Mrs. SHARON FLAX-BRUTUS at 441-6717. Again, that number is 441-6717 for more information on BVICCHA. I am sure you would all remember the BVI One Poker Run that was held last year. Of course, we all celebrated and enjoyed that time. One VI Poker Run today made a $10,500 donation to the Ivan Dawson Primary School. Our Jaka Wooding was on the ground and has this report.
One VI Poker Run has made a major contribution valued at $10,500 aimed at bettering the student and teacher experience at the Ivan Dawson Primary School. The One VI Poker Run Give Back ceremony was held at the school's campus in Cane Garden Bay on Friday, March 3rd. There, the Poker Run team, led by Pastor Dr. Michael Turnbull, presented the proceeds of last year's Poker Run event to the school's staff and students.
So we want to present a check, and this check is cumulative. We have, as you see, one of the computers out on display. We gave back to this school 20 computers, brand new, and laptops, so kids that come to the school and teachers will continue to be able to use and make sure we use full steam ahead. So we're grateful for also the ministry for allowing us to have this partnership with them. So we have given back 20 computers, and we made sure we painted the room, made sure the room was fixed. We also developed a reading nook that you'll see in that classroom, and we also donated a smart teaching TV that has integrated for web conferencing, teaching online, and meetings. So we're just so grateful to make sure we make a difference in our community. So we want to say thank you. So on behalf of One VI Poker Run and to the school, we donate all of these things totaling a total of $10,000.
The donation consisted of a newly outfitted classroom, which was repainted and had repairs done to its roof, with assistance from the RDA to address a leaking issue. The room was stocked with 20 laptop computers for students and teacher use, a smart teaching TV, and a new air conditioning unit. An area of the room was also designated as a reading nook to encourage reading in students. Dr. Mike said that the Poker Run team is thankful to be able to make such a valuable contribution to the community and extended thanks to all the sponsors and collaborators, including CCT and STOUTT for Media, for partnering on this initiative.
We are just so grateful. When we started on One VI Poker Run, we destined that all of the profits and everything that we do will go back to schools. We chose 2 schools. The first one was Scotland, where we gave back $9,500 worth of stuff to the school, and our committee who's here, some of the members who are here today, and those who are supporting, and our sponsors, we just want to say thank you. Our major sponsors for this event was 1284 Media and CCT, Magical Caribbean Cellars, Paradise Club and Lounge, which is here in King Garden Bay, which was our host spot, and it wouldn't have been possible without them. We want to give thanks to all the government officials, and especially Honorable Melvin Mitch Turnbull, who is the Minister for Natural Resources and Labor, allowed us use of the beach. And we want to thank you and the community for what we've been able to do.
The Poker Run team is aiming to complete similar projects at another 2 schools throughout this year. For 284 News, I am Jaka Wooding.
Congratulations to One VI Poker Run. You are observed and noticed for your philanthropy work within the community. Viewers will be right back after a quick commercial break.
Is that my lunch? Is that my lunch?
We're like the coworker that doesn't eat your lunch.
I'm John. I'm John.
CG Insurance. Good like that.
There are many ways to enjoy life, like so many ways to count on Popular.
Lord of Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of it then. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes, son.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut fun topic.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you?
Yes.
You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for sticking with us. The government of the Virgin Islands continues to celebrate the life and legacy of the late Honorable H. LAVITY Stout and will be observing the 23rd anniversary of this commemorative occasion on March 5th to the 6th. Mr. Stout, considered as one of the territory's greatest visionary leaders, will be remembered this year under the theme Countryman Comes to Town, Keep the Vision Moving. Permanent Secretary within the Ministry and Premier's Office, who oversees various committees regarding the observance of public holidays, spoke about the year's commemorative event.
We have a number of public holidays annually in the Virgin Islands, and a couple years ago, Cabinet made a decision to assign responsibility for spearheading the activities for different holidays. H. LAVITY Stout birthday is one of those that the Premier's Office is responsible for coordinating, so thus my role here today.
Now, she took, of course, the time to share what the events will take place, and Mrs. Beverly Hodge, that is, Hodge Smith, the former secretary directly to the Honorable H. LAVITY Stout, also spoke about his professional legacy.
So this year we wanted to do something differently. We didn't want the traditional ceremony. So we decided there's always a wreath laying ceremony, so we decided that we would do a church service. He worshipped at Zion Hill Methodist. He was a Methodist, his life, he was a Methodist preacher actually. So we are going back to Zion Hill Methodist Church this year for a church service. We're going to participate in the church service. The focus will be on remembering his legacy. During that ceremony, we will be honoring at least 2 persons who would have served from the community on the inaugural committee that organized events prior to government taking over the celebration. And immediately after the ceremony, after the service, we will be having the wreath laying ceremony at the Kerpoons Bay Burial Ground.
Understood.
Then the grand celebration. I'm excited to say that we are having this year a production at the college, a theatrical production to be exact. We are having a skit, Countryman Comes to Town, Keep the Vision Moving. That's actually the theme for this year, but it comes from the skit, Countryman Comes to Town. And for the overall theme, it's Countryman Comes to Town, Keep the Vision Moving. We're going to have a drama, of course, depicting HL's life from boyhood to his political career. And then we're going to have, it's going to be interspersed with some musical, some music, dance, and song.
Okay.
In between, we have a special commemorative choir this year that will be rendering selections on Sunday as well as Monday, but it's shaping up to be grand.
HL Stout, and I've always said, I've said to many people, I've said it to my children, one of the greatest leaders this country has ever seen. And in my opinion, I can't see the future, but I have yet to see anyone walking in those footsteps. And I'm not ashamed to say it. It's what I see. He was a man who loved his country, a man who loved people, a man whose focus was on the development of country and his people. And he would do whatever he needed to be done to accomplish those things for the betterment of the country. I mean, HL, I remember, I attended the Virgin Islands Secondary School, and I remember him calling a group of us to come and see him while he was chief minister, and encouraging us to get your GCEO levels. You needed 5. I only had 4. Get your GCEO levels and get on to the University of the West Indies, because he fought long and hard to get his students off the University of the West Indies. At that time, they were asking for A levels, but we didn't have the capability here to accommodate our students to do the A levels. And one of the things Mr. Stout said, well, we're paying our contribution, you have the space, you can take them with the O levels. And he fought hard for that. And people like Lorna Smith and Sir Penn, Elroy Turnbull, and some others were able to go off to the university. I think those were the first group of students under his 10 years chief minister that he got after the University of the West Indies.
And of course, in encouraging the public to come out to the commemorative observation of the H.L. Stout commemorative celebrations, P.S. Igwe, Stout Igwe, also had this to say.
I want persons to remember that as Virgin Islanders, we should never forget those who have served. Many persons have served this country. H.L., yes, he was the first chief minister, but at the time of his death, he was the longest serving political leader in the Caribbean, having been first elected in 1957, and it was 10 years later that he was first elected. He was first appointed as our first chief minister, but he had been serving from 1957, and he served consecutively as the representative for that district from 1957 to 1995 at the time of his sudden passing.
And that's the first district.
That's the first district. So that kind of legacy we should never forget.
The late H. LAVITY Stout was born on March 7, 1929. He served as an elected representative consecutively from 1957 to 1995, and was the territory's very first chief minister. He is credited with establishing the cruise ship pier, Social Security, overseeing the construction of the central administration complex, and spearheading the development of the local community college, which is named in his honor. For more on this full interview, visit all 284 media platforms. We will be right back after a quick commercial break.
Is someone gonna get that?
Hello.
Hello. So nice of you to have cleaned up for us. Hi, baby.
We're like in-laws that don't show up unannounced.
Don't worry. I've got this.
CG Insurance. Good like that.
Hun, it's asking for your password.
Huh?
You were logged out. I need the password.
BR.
What's the rest?
BRANDI, the number 4, EVER?
Who's Brandy?
We're like the password that isn't your ex-girlfriend's name. CG Insurance. Good like that.
I should have changed it.
You should have.
You're right.
Yo, everything good, Dad?
Aye. This thing got me one way, Daddy.
What you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What you really? Hey, this ain't like you, you know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home. Keeping out of trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I huff. I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for sticking with us. The British Virgin Islands women's softball team defeated St. Martin on a Thursday to make it to 2 wins from 2 games within the 2023 Eastern Caribbean Amateur Softball Confederation Championships, which is being held presently in St. John, USVI. Our Kamal Haynes has more.
The BVI women delivered another sensational performance on Thursday, winning via mercy rule in the fourth inning, 11 runs to St. Martin's 1. Jalissa Shelley Potter was named as the player of the match by the USVI for her 4 at-bats, 1 run, 3 hits, and 2 runs batted in.
So I didn't feel as strong in my hitting, so today I decided I'm going to come out and I'm going to swing, I'm going to put my all in it, and just like that I went 4 for 4, so I feel pretty confident about today.
And obviously the team, mercy rule again. Speak about how it feels to be dominating in the first 2 games.
Like I said, we huddled as a team, and I said, listen, not because we view the team and we don't think of them as a stronger team, we're not going to underestimate them. We're going to come out strong, we're going to hit first, we're going to start first, we're going to lash first, and then we're going to protect. And that's what we did.
Tomorrow, a doubleheader, must be tough against 2 tough teams. What's the mindset going into tomorrow's game?
Tomorrow, we're just going to play our game. We have a strategy in our playbook. We won't say it now, but we do have a strategy how we're going to handle that, and we're going to play our game and we're going to win both of them. That's the plan.
But also performing exceptionally was pitcher Javelin Fred, who was voted player of the match by the BVI team for her precise pitching and for staying in the game despite suffering an injury to her leg.
My coach and catcher, we decided to go with simple pitches, rise, drop, curve, fast in, fast out, screwball, curveball, and off speed. I did about 6 different pitches, which were called very well for me. But my inside pitches, I still have to work a lot on saying I'm still on the inside. I'm not sure how many strikeouts I've got, but I feel like my catcher and I work very well on this game. In the end, we were victorious, and I love that my team had my back in the end. So I didn't have to kill out my whole arm, and we worked together perfect.
Fred also provided some details on the extent of her injury.
I pitched an inside fastball, and it came back directly low. I attempted to catch it, but I was too late, and it hit the inside of my knee on the bone. So right now I'm icing. My teammates had me all the way. They were encouraging. Once I got hit, they were asking me to walk around, and they were asking me to stretch it out, but they were also asking me to push through it, so I had to hold the tears back, I had to hold the pain back, and I thank my teammates a lot, because if they wasn't behind of me, I would have given up one time.
Well, meanwhile, assistant coach Shomori Robinson spoke on the team's performance and commended the girls for their 2nd victory of the tournament.
The girls come out to play. They hit, they play defense. The pitching was amazing. Showed a lot of strikes, and the defense just fell behind of her. She did an amazing job pitching today. So congratulations to Javelin, and we're ready for game 3.
Speak about some of the good things you saw in the last 2 games and some of the stuff that needs to be worked on for game 3.
A good stuff I saw, the girls were a lot of communication, being aggressive, and they swinging their sticks.
What about some of the stuff that needs to be worked on for game 3?
They just need to stick with the process, and the results are going to show.
Reporting for Tweet 4 News, I am Kamal Haynes.
In an era where hospitality has become the mecca of not only the Virgin Islands but the Caribbean region, Riddim Up Bartending School by Colin Campbell has an associate is raising the bar in training and developing the very best of bartenders within the BVI. Take a look at this report. The Virgin Islands has been making waves as it pertains to the hospitality industry, and we are proud to be at Riddim Up Bartending School here in the British Virgin Islands that is providing an avenue for young Virgin Islanders who are interested in bartending and hospitality management to, of course, get first-hand certified experience. Of course, this program is being run and operated by Colin Campbell, a renowned bartender who is also in the beverage industry for a number of years. We're so excited to be featuring this amazing experience. Riddim Up Bartending School by Colin Campbell and Associates is raising the bar in training and developing the best bartenders in the British Virgin Islands. Colin, we are here at Mulligan's. Of course, you and your team have been doing some amazing things when it comes to the hospitality training, bartending school. Tell me about your school.
Well, my school, we started this over a year now, Riddim Up Bartending.
Okay.
We're company, Ivan, Leonard, and I, we're business partners, and we started this over a year now in partnership with the school I went to in New York, 1-800 Bartend, which they certify this course as well. So they have like 4 locations around New York, that you can go online and you can find them online as well. They're partnering with us to offer the certification. So the program that they offer there is what we're offering here as well.
Why did you want to open Riddim Up Bartending School?
Well, first let me say, bartending is kind of close to me. It's my passion.
Okay.
But we have somewhat of a need. In the service industry here in the BVI, you go out, you always hear people talking about the lousy service they get when they go to a restaurant, the bartenders, the drinks are not making well, and I see it now and there's a big shortage of bartenders as well. Like restaurants are calling you every day, like, hey, you have a bartender, you have a bartender. And I think there's a good opportunity for young people to get into the industry. And even starting as a career, but people don't really look at this as a career.
Right.
But I think there's a really good opportunity for that aspect of the job opportunity.
Certified to serve. A bartender's job entails a wide range of competencies that include both technical knowledge and soft skills. Enrolling in a bartending course with Riddim Up Bartending School will help you get up close and personal with common on-the-job responsibilities so you can test your skills and ease into employment with confidence. I'm honored to be joined by the man himself, Trumpet, one of the former graduates of Riddim Up Bartending School. Trumpet, I want to talk about your experience coming in. What was your knowledge base as a freshman bartender?
Okay, so as a freshman bartender, coming into this class really taught me the basics of how customers may order a drink, right? I went from no experience to basically gaining legal experience stateside.
Okay.
So even though like customer service as well, it taught me a lot of customer service. Like if I have a customer, I would go to the customer like, how do you like your drink? And from them telling me how they like their drink, I'll be able to distinguish between which alcohol they were more likely like for me to pour it together, have it done presentable as well.
Okay, now because of the fact that you came in with very little to no experience, did you find the course difficult at all? Did you find it okay?
No.
What was your experience with Colin and the trainers?
Very good experience, very nice lessons, honestly. Really love the theory behind it. Learning also the practical behind it as well. It was really a good experience with being able to learn where rum stats, different spirits, different combinations of making a liqueur, whether using fruits to make a simple liqueur that can give you a nice little beverage, you know what I mean?
Incredible. You heard everyone from, of course, one of our past students. I'm honored to be joined by one of our present students, the lovely Michelle. Michelle, you are a part of cohort 3. As you can see behind me, we have some fellow students. What has your experience been like so far with Riddim Up Bartending?
So far, it's been very informational. I have been bartending for quite a while, and some of the things I've learned here, I haven't done yet in my field, so I'm excited to go out and start doing it.
I have to ask, you've been working alongside a number of young professionals like yourself. What has the camaraderie been like? How has it been for you incorporating and really exchanging ideas with your fellow students?
It's been good. Everyone is pretty friendly, so we have a good communication going on with each other, and I feel like it's almost like a little family when we come here every week. We get to know a little more about each other, and we get to enhance our skills together, so it's a process.
Bartending can be a fun job that earns great money. A good bartender has a foundational skill set, drink knowledge, a soft touch with customer service, organization, time management, calm in the face of stress that propels their careers, all of which you will develop at Riddim Up Bartending School. Classes are affordable and work with working individuals for flexible learning experience. That's it for today's news roundup. Be sure to check us out this weekend as well as our local coverage of a number of stories. I'm Ron Grant. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.